Hey, what's up, everybody? You are now tuned into the Geeked Up Podcast, your home for entertainment, enlightenment, while adding thought-provoking questions with a comedic twist. Join us every Monday and Friday at 10 a.m. for more content and enjoy the show.
Here we go. Yeah. Come on, just ride it. It's the inside rules. Restep. It's the inside rules. Restep. It's the inside rules. Restep. Let's go. Get it. Everybody out there, go scream and shout. About to tell you what inside rules about. What's up? I got you geeking on a Monday or Friday, what so else? I play anything else you did, cause they always keep it real. Still they be stepping. Third eye open, you blink, you miss the message. JUJU, or should I say fan favorite. Big Rome be highly blessed while Q is in the matrix. Half always hating, that's how we start debating. But Q can calm it down, cause you surely got the patience. Big stepping, I dub repping. Bound to have the answers to every question like Google and Bing. Ask G's and Quora when you tune in. Check it over. Time to start the show. So here the intro go. The steps. Get ready. Get set. It's time for STEPARDY with your host, Hefe Mille. Hey, what's going on? Yes. Welcome back, everyone. We are back for another game of STEPARDY. I'm your host, Hefe. We have our contestants here. Let's go ahead and get them in a view here. Let's go ahead and get them in a nice, good view here. Okay. Here we go. We got our contestants, okay? All right. Now, we've had a couple, complaints, death threats about the, STEPARDY rules here. So, we've had to change up things a little bit. Before we do that, though, let's go ahead and get to our contestants. So we got Romeo Kojo. He's usually blessed and highly favored. You know what I'm saying? I think he still lives today.
What's different about today?
Hey, shut your ass up. This is STEPARDY.
Wow.
That still hasn't changed. Hey, we down below here. We got JUJU. He's the fan favorite. Self-proclaimed. But bigger than anything, we have him down there. The one, the only, the returning champion and sole winner of STEPARDY, Mr. Q. Let's go ahead and give a round of applause. That's for all our contestants here, especially the losers for coming back and trying to win again here. Okay.
Wow.
Now, as I stated, the rules are slightly different, so we actually have some structure to STEPARDY this time. So, first, there will be 6 questions. Okay, 6 first round questions. Okay. Now, you do have to wait until the question is fully said along with the options to be able to answer successfully. Okay? Now, if you speak out of turn, you will lose your chance of actually answering. Okay? Now, first person to say step is going to be able to answer that question. So you got to say it fast, okay? You got to say it fast. All right? Now, each question is worth 1 point, okay? And on top of that, we're going to take the people with the 2 best people with the most points, and we're going to have them show down in a final question, okay? STEPARDY is getting real, okay? It's getting real. Now, you guys ready to play?
Indeed.
Let's go. STEPARDY! Yeah. Step. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and get our questions up here, okay? Let's go ahead and get our questions up. Now, here we go. Question 1. Which of the following steppers has the most diamond plaques to their name?
Step.
All right. Mr. Juan is up. What is your answer?
I think it was. I want to say Jay-Z. I
want to say Jay-Z.
I want to say Jay-Z.
Would you like to see? Would you like to see it again?
I want
to see it again.
Let me see it again.
Let's go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Jay-Z.
You're gonna pick Jay-Z. Now, before you pick your answer, just let you know if you are wrong, one of the other 2 steppers down below have a chance to steal for their own point. Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
Step. Step.
Yes, sir. Q, you are up.
I'm gonna go Drizzy Drake.
Now, Quinn, is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Step. Step.
Boom. Save us here.
Feel me? I'ma go. Gotta go with Kanye.
Ooh.
The white man
That's
beat them
crazy.
all out.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Don't
Who said
underestimate
white
the
man?
white
Who said white man
chocolate,
can't
man.
Shout
rap?
out
Who
Eminem.
said white man
Oh,
can't
man.
rap?
Hey,
wow.
listen, that's why we have more questions. You
Oh,
guys are so uncultured.
For those not watching, read off the answers for them.
Oh, yeah. The answer is M&M, okay? M&M. That's why I said white chocolate. Don't sleep on the white chocolate out there, okay? Now, next question. Here we go. Which one of the following steppers famously stepped away from $50 million?
Step.
Step.
Oh, Quinn beat you to it. Go ahead,
I'm
Quinn.
gonna have to go with Mr. Dave Chappelle.
Is that your final answer, Quinn?
It is.
You got it. All right. Let's go ahead and give it up for Quinn here. Dave Chappelle. Funny black ass guy. Yeah.
I know
Dave
my
fucking
comedians,
Chappelle.
Hefe. What can I say?
Hey, you guys. Hey, listen, that's only one question. You guys can still get some here, okay?
I still
Next
believe.
question. Ooh, which one of these steppers has claimed the title of highest grossing actor of all time? It's a tricky one here.
Step.
Now, hold on now. I'm going to say, is it A, Tom Hanks? You got it. You got it. Is it B, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, C, Samuel L. Jackson, or D, Will Smith? Go ahead.
That's tough.
I'm gonna go with A, Tom Hanks.
That's your final answer.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna lock in with. Well, it was white chocolate last ansor. That's what I'm gonna lock in with.
Okay.
Let's go
I
ahead.
like
Go
the
ahead. Let's go.
going.
Step.
You're a disgrace to your race.
Oh wow.
Step.
Go ahead, Quinn.
Oh wow.
I'll go with C, Samuel L. Jackson.
Is that your final answer?
It will be.
Oh, Quinn, just want to let you know. Motherfucker, you are right. It is Samuel motherfucking
I'm tired
L.
of these
Jackson.
motherfucking right answers in my
boy.
goddamn head. Let's go, man.
All right.
Hey, that's two on y'all bitch asses now, okay? That's two. You got to catch up.
Okay.
Next question. Which of the following steppers have the heaviest hands? Okay. And for all those out there, the options for this question. A, Mike Tyson. B, your girl after discovering you cheated. C, Will Smith. Or D, Muhammad Ali.
Step.
Quinn, step up to the plate.
I'm gonna have to give my lady some respect and assume that she wouldn't put hands on me. So I'm gonna have to say Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson got them heavy hands, man.
That's your final answer.
I'm gonna rest with that one there. Shame.
Does anybody else want to take it? Ooh, Lee, we haven't heard from you in a minute. Take on. Step.
Feel me? After much thought and after conferring with the people in my corner, man, I have to go with answer B. Your girl after discovering you cheated.
Is that your final answer?
I think it will be, host.
There will be some hell coming from that.
Lee. Come on, step up to the plate.
You know what? After, both of these guys giving their answer, their reason. Obviously, a rule is only one true answer. You know what I'm saying? And it's none other than D, Mr. Muhammad Ali. Because a man like me, I don't know what that feels like to get hit for cheating. You know what I'm saying? We don't condone in those activities. So I would not know how that would feel. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go with D, Muhammad Ali. That's my final answer.
Final answer. Let's see.
Bing
Bang,
bang.
bang, bang.
Now, the only reason I even gave you that answer is because the right answer, which was C, Will Smith,
I figured, yeah. After the first
played
two.
Muhammad Ali. So it was a trick question. C or D could have got you the answer. But we
Mm,
all know,
mm.
famously, wow, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. Hey, man, don't get
Yeah,
no heavier than that. All
he
right.
did
Are
quote
some
him.
heavy hands.
All right. Next question. This big stepper is famously known for the invention of basketball. We have A, Mr. James Naismith. We have B, God. C, Larry O'Brien. Or D, Dr. Timothy Baskett. Some tough discussions up here. Who has the right answer?
Step.
Go ahead, Quinn. Step on up.
I'm gonna say D, Dr. Timothy Basket.
Ooh, hey, listen. We tend to throw some easy ones out there. We tend to throw some easy ones out. Is that your final answer, Quinn?
Uh, yeah.
Hey, when they're easy, right? You're wrong, bitch. You're wrong. Okay. No, that's not even a
Step.
person. Come on, Juan. Step on up. Step on up.
I mean, obviously, after much consideration, you know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? And of course, you know what I'm
mhm,
saying? The brothers have been killing the league over generations of time.
mhm.
So obviously, the correct answer must be B, God. It can only be. That's the
God.
only answer that I have for you. Final answer.
It's a beautiful, beautiful day.
Mm, Although he is the creator of all things, basketball wasn't it. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's bad. I thought that said baseball. That's the only reason.
Lee,
Good
you have a
stuff.
chance to steal it here. Let's
I
I'm gonna
go.
thought
go
that
ahead
said
and steal it,
baseball.
man.
Go
It's
ahead
a
and steal it.
hard choice.
Uh,
But I gotta go with C, Larry O'Brien.
Lee.
Hold up, before you even say that, that was a test. You asked all these other niggas, you know what I'm saying, is that your final answer? And you ain't asked me.
Hold
You
Ooh.
on.
a hating
Damn.
Hold
ass
Oh,
on.
nigga. Hating
Hold
Oh
ass
on.
host. I
God.
proved
Hold
it
on
it's
here.
a
My
now.
Oh
real
my
conspiracy
answer,
God.
already. It's
my real
conspiracy.
answer is
He already
A.
plotting.
Yeah, I did it on purpose to show y'all.
Who the
Wow.
hell told this man about the hating clause? You got a bonus point. Let's
Nigga said the
go.
hating club.
Man, that shit is fucking
Let's
stupid.
go. If you
Yeah.
identify hatred, you get it at your point. Now, that is no longer valid. That was the one time it could be used, and Lee got it. Now, Lee and Quinn are tied right now with 2 apiece, with one sadly falling behind. But we have more questions.
Mm,
It's okay. All
mm.
right, here we go. Here we
Which question is
go.
this?
Now, this is a famous phrase stated and quoted by one of the biggest steppers out there, okay? Drake and Future, okay? Now, the line goes, jump man, jump man, jump man, them boys, and you have to finish it. Is it A, jumping, jumping? Is it B, up to something? Is it C, keep on stunting? Or is it D, up to nothing?
Step.
Step.
Oh, I heard one first. Go ahead.
Judge, it's only B. Come on now. Up to
Now
some.
go,
I
go
mean, I
ahead,
mean,
go ahead,
uh,
go ahead and
I
say it
mean, I
first.
mean,
Go ahead and
let's,
say it. Go ahead and say it all together.
as a musician once said, and let me
Uh,
just quote him
uh.
specifically.
Me.
He said, jump man, jump man, them boys, and I quote. Correct answer B, up to something.
Oh, is that your final answer?
I believe so.
Mm, I guess you were up to something with that answer, buddy. You were right. Yes,
Hmm.
sir. Yes,
Ooh.
sir. Now, we almost took a half point away from you for being too damn cocky, but you know what? I'm just a hating ass nigga to give you an extra point. Yeah. Now we're tied up 2-2-2. Okay. That's a holiday in Baltimore. Now,
Oh wait,
let's
no.
go ahead and get
Technically,
to the
Judge.
next question.
Technically, that is 3. That is 3. I won because I already had 1 point.
That was his third
I
point.
just got 2 points. I won the game.
Mm,
Oh wow.
Okay.
This is amazing.
Okay.
Niggas are hating. I have got no accolades.
I didn't
won.
know.
I've
sorry.
been a winner for the past
But
40
now
seconds.
I have to take a point away from you for trying to call me out on my
That's
show.
crazy. Wow.
You're fucked. No, you have 2 points. It's tied up. It's teed up like crucifix. Okay. Now on to the next question. And we got this question. Oh my gosh. Now this might. I don't know. You guys might
actually,
not
won't
get
this actually bring the winner?
Oh, this might have to bring
Because
the. You know what?
because we all have the same amount of points.
This is what I'll do here. I'm gonna ask this question here, okay?
The birth of hip hop. That's tough.
Which of these dates is regarded as the birth of hip hop? Is it A, August 11th, 1973? Is it B, June 19th, 1973? Is it C, December 8th, 1982? Or is it D, March 17th, 1978?
Step.
Go ahead and step on up.
I will go with C, host, December 8th, 1982.
Is that your final answer?
It will be.
Okay. I regret to inform you. It was not a cold night when hip hop was born. I'm sorry.
Truthfully unfortunate.
Stop.
Okay, Rome, step on up. Stepping up early this time.
I will go with, Quinn says C. So I'm gonna have to go with B.
You go with B. Okay. Hey, that's your final answer.
It will be, boss.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate you getting it wrong. Oh man, it was not June 19th. That's another Black historic event. Okay, not on that same date, but thanks for being racist. Okay, hey, come on, step on up, man.
You know what? As a past me might, go take a test as a kid. You know what I mean? I'm a pick an answer that maybe correlates with me. You know what I'm saying? AJ. So
okay,
I think I'm gonna go with A. I believe I'm gonna go with A. Yeah.
Okay.
For AJ.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna pick.
Okay. All right. That's your final answer.
Yeah.
Your final answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're so confident, right? Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Because you're right. Because you're right. And we have a new winner of STEPARDY. Okay.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
This is one, man. And thank you everybody out there for playing STEPARDY. Okay. Thank you guys. We really enjoyed it here. You know what? You guys were great. Quinn, you can never claim that shit again.
Yeah, I can. I can claim the original winner.
Oh my fucking god! You gotta come with a new game.
Season 1 winner, nigga. Shut up, bro. No.
I gotta come up with a new game. Fuck you, Quinn.
I'd still claim the original winner of STEPARDY.
Hey man, I did that for y'all. Okay, I did that for you, and you won, and you Rome. I did that for y'all. Okay.
He's still gonna go to his head.
Game indeed. I wasn't expecting there were so many questions. That was good.
Hey man, we stepped it up. The budget allowed us to step it up. Shout out to production. Shout out to Inside Wolves production.
And those followers on Instagram, shout out y'all for following through, man. Shout out y'all for coming through, always keeping the content alive, giving us, you know what I'm saying, something to keep on striving for outside of just the own good old ambition. You know what I'm saying? Getting to see some kind of reciprocation in that work. It's always thankful. It's always beautiful. So thank you.
Stay on y'all grind, man. Keep sharing, liking. You know what I'm saying? Tell somebody. Just spread our word, man.
Tell somebody to tell somebody.
To tell somebody. To tell their mama. To tell their auntie. To tell their boss. To tell their daughter. To tell their teacher. Pretty much everybody, y'all. Y'all get it.
Y'all get the flow. Tell everybody. Yeah. Don't stop.
Don't never stop. And as a matter of fact, we're going to continue a theme within the episode because we're going to shake this off to intersexual dynamics this episode, people. We're going to talk about men. We're going to talk about women. We're going to talk about how men interact with women. We're going to talk about how women interact with men. It's about to get all types of, pilled in here, if you will. And so let's start this off with a simple one, fellas. What do you think of the landscape today of men and women? Not necessarily from a dating perspective, but just in general, from what you've seen, the general males and the general females in the world. What do you think of the landscape now?
Ooh.
I think shit. Me personally, I think shit is a lot more balanced as far as like mentality wise. I feel like you see a lot. It's a lot more common to see women today are more like independent rather than how it was, before, or at least how it could be portrayed back in the day. How it's at least told to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like now it's like it's a level playing field. Like motherfuckers definitely, see each other as equals, as like, I'm not depending on you as like no provider. Like see a lot more independence in women. I can definitely say that over time. But it looks pretty leveled to me. Both parties are breadwinners like everywhere. So it's like in both all respective fields. So it looks pretty fair.
Yeah. I see the flip side. Yo, go ahead, Ron.
I was gonna say, I feel that. Listen, unlike that, I feel like the landscape is highly combative. If I had to sum it up, and what I feel, I think it's just it's a lot of you know what I'm saying, back and forth. Just a lot of aggression. You know what I'm saying? At least online, in the online space, it is. So that's what I'd say.
Aggression how?
Just combativeness. Uh, a lot of the banter regarding relationships online that I see in particular is talk that splits us up or divides us more than it would ever want to unify us. It's never a lot of unifying talk when it comes to men and women, and a lot of arguments I see on both sides never seem to be made in good faith unless it's from like intelligent people. If you're someone that watches like more intelligent people talk and have those back and forths, but as far as the mass media, as far as what the masses consume, I don't really see a lot of that. So yeah, that's why I say that.
Yeah, I definitely think it's like the mindset of women is definitely becoming a lot more involved. Like evolved. In the sense of it's a lot more women out here that's like looking for like just sex. Like I realize that now, and it's crazy because it's like the flip side of that used to be like, oh, like, hey man, y'all all y'all niggas want is some asses, and then third. Now it's like, you actually got like hot girl summer and shit like that. It's just like, that's crazy.
I have a question for you, Javen. Do you think that was a thing that they always wanted, but society was a lot more strict before?
I think so. I would definitely say
I don't honestly. I don't. Well, at least from growing up where I'm from, I don't think it was strict. I just think people. I
Oh,
mean,
it was
shit.
definitely
You
strict.
was just gonna. It wasn't
You couldn't be
strict. You
gay
was
in
just gonna be.
public.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like
that's
as far
funny,
as I'm saying as far as the women just being like, oh, well, it's just niggas. Like we just trying to fuck. We just trying to do this. We just trying to do that. Like, I mean, that shit happen all the time. But it's like I think back then it was just. I mean, you just got called a hoe. You know what I'm saying? And it's like if you did it, you know what I'm saying, you did it. But it's like I don't think it was strict. It was just certain girls was like they just didn't want to be called no hoe, so they probably just didn't. And it was just like I'm gonna just stay away from that. But it was definitely happening.
Will you be called a hoe now? And if
yeah.
not, do you think that'll be a deterrent?
I still gonna call you. People
Yeah, it's
still
still gonna be called. I mean, that's not gonna go away.
they ain't gonna stop.
That's not gonna go away.
They ain't gonna stop.
That's never gonna change.
Yeah,
That's like trying to tell like a black community to stop saying nigga. Like that's not gonna go away. There's like certain words that's thrown at like
terrible.
certain people. I know it sounds bad, but it's like certain shit. It's just not gonna change, bro. And that's one of them. Unfortunately,
That sounds bad.
you know what I'm saying. But it's just not gonna go away.
Your point, Jamie, you were finishing, or you still had more?
No, I mean, yeah, I mean that's pretty much. It's just crazy and interesting to see that now. Just like Juan said. Oh, to answer your question, actually, yeah, I definitely feel like it's something that is always had in the back of their mind, but societal views like paint the picture otherwise. So it's kind of hard for you to
Loosened
want
up
to,
a little bit
yeah,
now.
yeah. So, but like back then, it just be like, yeah, you definitely was like, back when thought was a like big word, like that's what you was, you know what I'm saying? So, but now it's cool. Like now it's cool because sex, like people realize sex sells, and did a lot more now than it did like 5 years, maybe like 10 years ago and stuff like that. As far as just like, especially like you just look at OnlyFans, shit like that. That shit was not like you. I'm not. There's niggas out
Yeah.
there that that's their girl's job, like 9 to 5, and they're like okay
They
with
cool with
it.
that.
Yeah, and that's because like it's becoming
That's a
more of a
bag.
norm. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
bag. It's like
That's a
that's what
bag
people
that they
starting to
just
respect
like.
a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now
You.
you got sugar, girls trying to look for sugar daddies and shit. You got sugar daddy step class. I
Yeah.
see.
That shit was
You know
nuts.
what?
Them niggas was getting it in that
Bruh,
step
wasn't
class.
they?
Boy.
But you know
Yeah.
what I think it is. You know what I think it is. I think the
Oh
thing,
man.
I think the thing that honestly changed as far as like that dynamic specifically. You got to think like, especially in this social media area, like era. You know what I'm saying? All you see is like those IG models that's like messing with this rapper and this rapper, and that's all they do on social media is get a bag off of
Uh,
these artists or other celebrities and stuff like that. So it's common to see, you know what I'm saying, those that's like certain girls at younger ages look up to women like that. Not saying that all, you know what I'm saying, because I can say the same thing for men, that men look at, you know what I'm saying, these other dudes and they try to compare their life, which they shouldn't. But it's
right,
like
right.
a lot of women, a lot of younger women look at these you know, celebrity girlfriends, you might want to call them, you know what I'm saying? The ones that you see with a different guy every year or every couple of months, you know what I'm saying? Those type of women, they look at them and like, oh, she's securing a bag based off of her looks. And a girl
Uh,
that's just naturally pretty, naturally has a good body, she like, all I need is some followers, you know what I'm saying? Just get my name passed around out there just to get me
yeah,
noticed, get a
yeah.
couple
Put you in
bookings, like I'm
perspective.
modeling
Yeah.
and stuff, and that's all they need is a camera and their body, and they're good. That's their bag,
To
That's
pretty.
crazy.
and that's
To
something you see
yeah.
that's just common over time to the point where you see them doing that as far as like at ages like 18,
Uh,
like as soon as they turn 18, like, and it's at young ages, and it's just something you see more and more often now. You know what I'm saying? Like showing their bodies for money and
that shit is
things
crazy.
like that,
Yeah.
which I mean, they're securing the bag in their
What
own
you think,
way.
Javen?
Crazy. Well, I mean, that shit is crazy. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. That's actually really crazy. Cause, like, I mean, it's like one says, like, you can't really knock it because, like, you're trying to get, but it's like at the same time, it's like, you got people that's actually, like, literally, this is, like, what they're dreaming of doing. And it's like, because it's such a reality, it's
Mm.
okay in their mind. And not to say that it's not, but
Yeah,
it's like you could do so many other things, and it's like now you're
yeah.
just looking for like that right type of guy because all you're trying to do is really get to him so he can get this, so
I
you can
just,
get
I
the bag
just,
off him.
I just want them to find like a better role model
Yeah,
to example. You know what I'm saying? To get a better
yeah.
example of what they want to do, rather than just for your body and stuff like that. Because there's multiple different avenues you can take for success. I'm just
Mm.
saying your body doesn't always have to be the number one to jump to. But I mean,
Hey, hey, I ain't gonna
Usually,
knock it.
from my understanding, and
I
what do
guess
you
a bag
think?
is a bag.
Yeah, it's not even really so much the bag;
That's what I was gonna
it's
say.
the quickness. It's the
Yeah,
speed in
it's
which
like
that
stripping.
bag be
Yeah,
coming. That shit, like they
yeah.
making racks like quick off that shit. Even but like you
Mhm.
said, and like you guys know, that shit follow you now. Now that shit's out there. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Was it worth it for that bag?
Cause I
And
mean, it's all cool. You know what I'm saying? It's all cool. You a IG model, you posting pics, bikini pics. You know what I'm saying? You got a fat ass. You get in a car accident, you handicapped. Now you can't post no ass pics. That's how you was making your bag.
You
Like, come
can't post
on,
no
it's like
ass
certain
pics.
things you wanna certain things you
That's
could,
cool.
you know what I'm
She
saying? You
gonna
got
be a
different
foot model.
avenues.
She gonna be a foot model, Ron. Right after
Hey,
that, that's cool.
yeah, I
She gonna
guess.
yo,
I'm
cause
just
that's
saying.
the problem. It's a bag for everything.
I
Yeah,
have a
you're right.
question for
Just
you all,
tell
actually.
them.
Before I even really say, well, I mean, this actually is my thoughts on the landscape, but also it's a question. It's posed as a question because this is actually my thoughts. I think we're in a much more dire situation than people will give credit for, and it's just purely because I think it's a comfort thing. But the reason I say that, not dire in the sense that shit's going to go downhill, but I think it's going to maintain, possibly get a little worse before it gets better. And so, what do you guys think of this? I think that the big reason that things seem a little off kilt to a degree, and like Lee said, a bit combative, again, depending on where you are and who you're speaking to and whatnot, I think it's because simps are willing to give these girls everything for nothing. And I think that a lot of women are willing to give themselves up for nothing practically as well. And I think that that dilutes the market for all the people who are looking for something real.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Because there are girls that have really good
yeah,
guys in their corners that they're like, yeah, sorry, I got this sugar daddy going on. Oh, sorry, I'm doing like you guys said. There was a guy that's cool, but there's a lot of guys that aren't cool with OnlyFans.
yeah.
But those girls don't give a fuck because they making a bag. And
Right.
they're same thing with the guys as well. There's a lot of guys that are just giving away everything. Hell, I'm gonna say it. Even though I'm a fan of the nigga's music and I hope to meet him one day, I gotta call it out though. Future's one of the biggest tricks I've ever seen in my entire life. This nigga is willing to buy like anything for girls just because he's filthy rich. And that shit really, stuff like that, even on a smaller scale, really be fucking stuff up. OnlyFans girl, I don't know if you guys have heard this before, but I saw an article. I believe her Amaranth, she made $1 million in a month off of OnlyFans, and she was selling
crazy.
like bath water,
Mhm.
pictures, and solo videos.
Bathwater. That's crazy.
Made $1 million in a month.
What the fuck? What you doing with the bathwater? What you drinking it? Like you just keeping it in a
Hey, bro,
bottle?
You
it's
tell me.
weird.
You
It's
tell
yeah,
shit.
bro.
Shit. I don't know what them niggas is
He
doing
just
with
told
bath
you it's
water.
dire, bro. Like that's what they
And I'm
do.
Yeah,
telling you,
no, it
like
is
I don't. I
dire,
think
yeah.
it's way
Told you.
worse
No,
than
this.
niggas will
I
be
mean,
like.
that's sad, bro. That's sad.
Like
That's sad.
But
she's
I ain't. But listen. You
he's it's. Go ahead.
Bathwater.
nah. To also because I ain't even just going like shit on the women like that because you niggas out here is definitely is making that shit worse too. I seen it was like a video of like a convention and niggas was in there fucking sex dolls, yo. Like what? Like what? And I'm just talking about like with the VR headset on and everything. Like yo,
Oh,
like y'all
God.
listen, y'all gotta get out. I tell people this all the time. You gotta get out and actually make relationships. That VR shit is definitely about to like make. Yeah, I'm telling you, yo. Like Quinn said, we in a
I have
dire
a question for you,
situation.
Javen. And then
Yeah,
not and actually, I agree with you. I think both sides. That's why I mentioned men as well because they're both feeding into each other. Because it's a sickening cycle, really. But I'll ask you this question: do you think those men at the convention are just choosing that over sex, or do you think that they were already having an extremely hard time and them niggas is just like, damn, fuck it, I don't even know what to do anymore?
you might have been having you. It could have gone. It could go either way. But the end
Um,
result is the fact of like if you weren't somebody that was having a hard time and you just picking it because it's the easier route, that's crazy for one. And two, if you was having a hard time and then you just, at a younger age, now you just realize, okay, let me just do this. But now it's the norm for you, that's still crazy. Like there's no situation is that gonna make me think of you any less because you out here like you at it like dog, yo, you at a convention sweating with your homeboys around, they fanning you off,
Niggas is
talking about some
crazy.
go, go, go.
Yeah.
Like what? And you sitting there giving it your all. Like, no,
Niggas
yo.
are nuts.
Like,
yeah, I
come
think
on, yo.
you have to draw the line somewhere when it comes to that horny shit, bro. You have to draw the line
But you gotta
somewhere.
but listen, bro. I feel like
Somewhere.
that's a listen, and this is just me
That's a
playing devil. This
privileged
is me
position
playing
right
devil.
there.
Yeah, that what Quinn said is literally, yeah, basically that is Yeah, I forgot what I was about to say.
I got you. There's a lot of niggas that are a lot more lonely than you guys are giving. Like to say cut the line, I think that you're negating how lonely some of these niggas really are for real. Like for real. Like even for yourself, like I don't think you understand how truly like alone some of these niggas are. We not talk about an average nigga who could just, get a shape up and be cool. I'm talking about the guys like Javen was talking about. These niggas is 5'4", morbidly obese, can't grow a straight beard to save their life. It's like, damn, like I don't like. Damn, nigga. I guess if you went to him, I guarantee you he tried. I'm not saying it's right to go to the VR with your niggas, but I'm saying I guarantee you he tried. It's not like niggas just was like, oh, I got rejected once. Fuck it, I'm going to fuck sex dolls.
That's just what I'm saying, man. Listen, one time, man, I never forget this, yo. I was in training for one of my jobs, man. I'm gonna be real discreet because it's the shit I'm about to say is real crazy. So I was training for one of my jobs, and me and my mans, yo, we were sitting there talking. We was talking to this other guy, and he gets to talking. He's like, he starts telling us about like what he does over the summer and stuff like that. So he gets to start talking about these conventions. He's like, yeah, man, I always go to these conventions, man. They're real cool, real nice. You know what I'm saying? I get to meet a lot of people, a lot of women. It's great. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good time, man. It's a good time, man. You got to pay a little bit, but when you pay, you get all access. Now, when he said all access, I was saying things. I was like, what kind of fucking convention is this? Like, all access, like, Comic-Con, some shit. And so then he revealed, he was like, yeah, man, yeah, it's the porn convention down in Las Vegas. Man, you guys should come out. It's a blast. I mean, literally and figuratively, it's a blast. Get the fuck. I was like, yo, wait. He said, yeah, man, I go every year. I spend my hard-earned money. It's worth it. I'm telling you. Then he, you know what I'm saying? Then he said he tried to pull his phone. Hey, look, I can show you. I'm like, yo, hey, we good, man. Like we do it's okay. I believe you. But yo, like, come on, man. That's what you're spending your summers. You could be. I'm just saying that's just repetitive, yo.
Did he have an okay life like outside of work and outside of that? How was his life actually?
Well, all right. Well, let me not say
not
obviously
in death, but like he had like a family,
in death,
like
but
anything like that.
Yeah, he had a family. He had a family, yo. He was like
a
he
wife
was a regular. Nah, he ain't no wife.
okay.
He was a single guy.
Okay.
So he ain't no wife and nothing like that. But I mean, like he wasn't like a weird, reserved. He was goofy, like just.
But he just wasn't some like a weirdo,
right? But he wasn't something like I would, he was somebody I would say like I can't talk to you or nothing like that. He was a cool guy, relatively speaking.
I want to take this perfect example that you just gave right here, Javen, and bring it back to the VR thing. If a nigga like him, a regular nigga, is spending money like this and doing things, imagine the actual weirdos.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say. Just imagine the actual weirdos.
Problem. That's a problem.
Well, no, but it's not. But the question becomes, is like, how does that problem get solved? Well, I mean, not that we can actually solve it, but to just be like, cut that shit off is like,
listen,
just to be like, hey, you niggas gotta do better. I feel is rather insensitive to those.
I'm not. Listen, in no way, shape, or form am I promoting anything like this. But I mean, you could literally go and pay if you wanted to. You could go and pay. I'm just saying, you spending all that money, you could probably spend, significantly a little bit less. And, I'm just saying, that's just me. I'm not saying I would do that, but I'm just saying, like,
that's an option.
You gotta think about that. Like, if you want something real and you're lusting after something real, like, come on, yo.
I don't know.
It's a bad decision, but
I don't know. I have a problem with the whole like convention though. Like I have a problem with
that was crazy.
Like it's Comic-Con or like Complex Con or Sneaker Con. Like I kind of have.
You just don't like no con.
You just don't like
none of them.
No, not cons.
No, he was saying.
That one.
He said that's how he was treating it.
For that,
like he was going to Sneaker Con or some shit like that.
I'm like, that's not no, bro. Like, why is it a bunch of people coming together as a collective in unison, like in one building?
Y'all
a bunch of niggas bricked up. Y'all niggas lined up, bricked up to take a picture and get an autograph with some shit you see for free online.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what it is. That's what had me.
You paid, got a little VIP membership pass, all access badge. You know what I'm saying? You got you some little knick-knack trinkets and shit, book bags, some merch.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You feel real good. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you giving back to the community.
Yeah.
Come
No,
on,
you said
nigga.
give it back to the community.
Are you
lost.
are you fucking
You
dumb?
lost.
Come on, bro. Like,
Nigga said
come
that.
on, man.
Oh my goodness.
Nah.
The thing about when I brought those things up, one, because those are all great points. I brought those things up, yeah. And what he said back to me was like, "Oh, what?" Man was like, "Yo, but I got to see them and touch them for real."
Hey, yo.
No.
I said, "Yo, what the?"
Wow.
He said, "That's
Holy
what the
shit.
VIP is for." I said, "Yo."
Oh wow.
I said, "Yo,
Wow.
nigga." I mean,
Oh
they got a
wow.
chokehold on you, yo. They got a
Wow, wow,
chokehold.
Nigga
wow.
explained
And
it
that's
like,
what
duh.
becomes an issue, yo. That's what becomes an issue.
Yeah, no, I
Like,
definitely agree. I agree with you guys in that sense. There is a level of like self control that you definitely need to just have in general. Like really in general, just you should regulate that. You shouldn't be some demon. But god damn, Jesus, man. Okay, well that actually, wow.
I mean,
I'm just
from my
flabbergasted.
understanding, let me just
I
say,
was
from my
too.
understanding, every guy goes through something, you know what I'm saying, called I mean, some niggas might call it different, but it's called post nut clarity. You know what I'm saying? You just did what you had to do, you know what I'm saying? Your
Speaking
mind's
for all of
clear,
us.
and then I'm just saying like,
You know what?
I'm just
No, I
saying
know what you're
like,
talking about. I know what you're talking about.
you know what I'm talking about
I know what
specifically,
you're talking
and it's
about.
like, damn, well, like, why did I do that? It's like it's like I
You
gotta
make life
chill, like
decisions.
yeah,
You
you're
know.
like, I can't do. Come on, like I'm
Yes.
better than this. Like, I'm better than this. You know what I mean? Like them ones, it's like
He
I'm way
said,
better than this. You know what I mean? Like those.
Nigga said
Like
I'm way better than
yo,
this.
this nigga having self reflections.
yeah, like you have your own voice in the back of your head saying like, come on, King. Like
Yeah.
pick your chin up. Like you better
Nigga
than
said
this.
pick
You know
your
what I
shit.
mean? Like every nigga should have
Pick your
that, bro.
chin
And I
up.
feel like them niggas that go to them cons, them porn con or whatever you want to call
Yeah.
them,
Porn con.
them niggas don't have that conscience in the back of their head. That
No,
post nut
no, they
clarity.
do.
Porn
It's
con.
just eager. It's just eager.
Oh,
It's just pushing them on. It's
that's
pushing
sick.
them on.
That's sick.
It's
Ooh,
do that shit
ooh.
again.
Those
Do
the
that
type of
shit
niggas
again.
that
Oh
cry
nah.
afterwards, yo. Those type of niggas that's
Yeah,
crying.
Well,
you're right.
speaking of crying, Javen, that's actually leads perfectly into the next one. Who do you guys think? Who do you guys think cheats more, men or women?
Mm.
You know
Men.
what?
I'm gonna say men.
I'm gonna say men too. I feel like I went in a little bit too deep on them women earlier, so I'm gonna pull out a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
What you think, Javen?
I'm gonna say, man.
I also will say men. So that's a
We're
unanimous
disgusting.
thing right there. Well, I mean, I'm not even. Well, no, that's a lie. I will say this. I will say you one. One is yeah. Okay.
Let
So
me
yeah,
let me
I'll say
let me say this
I'll
real
say
quick. Let me say this
majority of men are as faithful as their options. Not all, but majority. A lot of men are
Yeah.
faithful because I mean, shit, they finally got one. It's hard as shit to get one girl anyway,
Yeah,
so
it's true.
they're not gonna cheat no way. But for a nigga that's really been like that, he may, you know what I'm saying, he may need to get that out of his system, and then
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, he'll be cool. But most men are as faithful as their options, I'd say.
I was gonna say at least is probably it's definitely more documented for
Oh,
a man
that's a
with a
fact.
man
Yeah.
cheat. Like
That's
there's more evidence
yeah.
that would support that
You could
case than I could
build a
find.
whole case.
Yeah, it's crazy. So if y'all are out there doing it, ladies out there, y'all definitely keeping it under wraps real well.
That's
So
that's that's what I was gonna say. Well, I mean, I feel like my answer also could be biased. You know what I'm saying? Seeing as how I grew up in a household, you know what I'm saying, single mother, you know what I mean? So it's like I feel like maybe my answer could be biased, but as long as I know, like when it comes to women, it takes a lot for a woman to cheat. If I can say that, like most men, honestly, bro, I can say most men cheat without even honestly knowing that it's cheating. Like some shit could be like foul,
You
and it's like you just some niggas might
I differ there. I ain't gonna,
innocently thinking like,
it
I'm just
don't take a
I'm just
lot for the
being
women to
nice.
cheat.
I'm just saying.
I said men, but I don't
I'm
think that
I'm
discrepancy
just
is
saying. A
huge,
lot of niggas
bro.
can overlook shit, not
I don't
knowing that
know.
it's cheating. That's what I'm saying. But
I feel like men are. I feel like men are very
woman,
emotional creatures, and I feel like when a man has sex with a woman, I feel like a man is able to build emotional ties with a woman more than a man will let on. And also, like I just said, I don't feel like the discrepancy is too big, so I don't feel like women can just go out here and just. I feel like they're cheating as much as niggas. I just feel like niggas have an edge, so I don't know.
Ironically, Lee, statistically, it's like 26% men, 24% women. So pretty much they are actually. But
Yeah,
this as far as reported cases go. But yeah, pretty they are according to that. But it's like Lee and not Lee, sorry, like Juan and Jamin were saying, they keeping that shit tight in the sisterhood. Them they not ratting on none of them. They 10 toes on. They said my sis out there getting a train ran on her, and I'm zip.
I got some homegirls that's like that I've been like cool with like over time. And when I tell you they've been doing they niggas dirty, like they doing that nigga dirty. I don't even feel bad for them niggas, to be honest though. Like,
Question: do you guys think cheating is different for the sexes, or is it the same?
I think it's different.
How is it different?
I think it's different because I don't know. I mean, I could be just in my own opinion. I feel like when women, it's emotional. Niggas are just attracted. A nigga could just be attracted just by appearance. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really trying to get to know her, but I want to hit. You know what I'm saying? It's like just because she looks good. But I'm not really trying to get to know her. A woman, well, at least most women I know, they're not just open themselves up to every single man that approaches them left and right. Like they're gonna give that time to build that, you know what I'm saying, time with that man, and before anything happens. The women I know. There's some women that's not, but that's just me.
I would pretty much agree with that in itself. Yeah, and as far as the cheating thing goes as well, I would even say that because that it's different, I'd almost go as far to say that it's equal then. And the reason I'd say it's different is because women won't be, like you said, they're not opening themselves up to every nigga. Like they're not just out here, oh, he looks good, come on through. Like, no. But what they will do is definitely keep a roster, and they'll keep that shit on the low. And moment a nigga fucks up, and yep. And I think, especially depending on how serious the relationship is between the two, for her to still maintain a roster and then also as well still be on that type time, I'd say that's could count. I think that could count as cheating. If the nigga she was fucking with seen her phone and seen 5 different niggas in there really blowing it up on some lovey-dovey shit, even if she was dubbing them, he'd be blown.
Yeah, nigga, that would hurt.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
nigga, she
even if she was dubbing them, she's still talking to him.
Nigga, she could be tipping the pizza man at the door and say, "Drive safe back to Pizza Hut," and I'ma be pissed. You know what I'm saying? Just take a little shit. Well, because what you want that nigga to drive safe?
Nigga can't make it back.
You know what I mean? That nigga, he look, man. He finished his mission. You know what I mean? That's it.
Finishes mission.
Nigga don't need no safe. He don't need no safe travel.
Right. When you tip him, hey, go to hell, nigga. And then close the door.
Like hit a nigga with an eye.
Yeah, all right.
How much you be tipping one? You don't sound like a good tipping nigga, bro. How much you be
I'm fair. I'll do like 10, 12.
God damn, nigga.
He said he's doing 10, 12 on a $15 meal. That's what's up.
I mean, I'm saying if the
shit,
but usually I like to
man like that.
No, usually I like to round it up though. I like to round.
Why nigga like you can tell a nigga fuck you. You can tell a nigga fuck you when he's at the door. You know what I'm saying? You tipping like that, nigga. Fuck you.
What you go? Nigga, take your $11 and be happy.
Right.
You're good.
What you think, Jaden?
So real quick. So you saying that on a $10 charge, you're rounding it up to 15, or you're saying you're giving an extra $15?
Oh no, hell no! Whoa, I ain't never say 15.
That's what it sounded like you were saying.
Yeah, that's
like you were saying.
I see now.
That's
No, I'm saying okay. So like, if the meal is like 30, I'm gonna put an extra 10. It's 40.
Okay, so you are giving 10. Okay, yeah. That's
like 10 to $12.
You don't give 10? Wait, hold on. What you
on pizza?
No, I mean I'm not. What pizza am I buying that's $30 though? I just use pizza as
I
an
mean, you
example.
might buy
the
more
first
than
time.
pizza and it's 30. I ain't gonna lie to you, pizza's definitely expensive.
I mean, if
depending
it's
where you
pizza,
buy.
I'll throw
It
like
can be
maybe like
expensive.
6, 7.
One
Hey,
pizza
I
It's
ain't
be
even.
it's
like
levels.
upwards of
It's levels
one
to that
pizza
shit
be.
though. Like depending on what it is, where you're at. Like nigga, I'm at my house. Nigga, take this $4-5 and get the fuck on.
Hey, I ain't lying to you. The delivery man get no praise from me, nigga.
Oh
Cause you
wow.
doing some shit that I could have just did myself. But I just listen, nigga. I know DoorDash is giving you a tip for one. I know. So you gonna take this little $5 and go ahead. You ain't getting 10 from me. Fuck out of here.
Oh no, DoorDash niggas get it dirty. That's different.
Yeah.
I'm talking about real live niggas.
The real
I'm
delivery,
talking
the
about the
30
real
minutes or less niggas.
the cat
Well, it
still
depends on
keeping
how
the game
fast I got that
alive.
shit. If I got that shit in
Or them.
30 minutes, then you know I give you a cool 7.
And I'm gonna just say, for those DoorDash people, I'm gonna need y'all niggas to understand, okay? For the people that's making these orders, just because they didn't tip, that do not give you the right to eat them people food, bro. You know
Oh
what
my
I'm saying?
gosh.
The shit.
What
Listen,
the
they
fuck?
need to
Because I
put their
I feel
higher
like that
ups,
shit
bro.
happened to me one time. I feel like it happened to me because she was leaving. Let me just give a quick backstory, take a couple seconds. Anyway, my old job, I had ordered some moles for lunch. She was having a hard time like trying to understand what I was typing. Like, but I'm like, it's a text. Like you should be able to read what I'm saying, like, because I'm asking for extra sauce and you know what I'm saying, shit like that to go in my bag. But anyway, so she's acting like they don't have it. I'm like, no, they have it, like it's at the bar. Like they got these little cups. And she's like, oh, well, that's gonna take extra time. So pretty much she just didn't want to fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, you know what? All right, cool. No tip. So she's supposed to be delivering it to me. So her location said she was outside the warehouse. So I'm walking out, time for lunch. Nigga clocked out. You know what I mean? I'm hungry. She's nowhere to be found. But she's like, I pull out my phone and she's driving away. Why are you 5 minutes away now? You was just outside. Why are you 5 minutes away? I'm calling. She like, who is this? I said, yo, this is AJ. Where the fuck is my food? What do you mean? Who is this? I said, I've been blowing your phone up. Where my food at?
Oh shit.
Oh, I'm lost. Well, just cancel it. What the fuck you mean cancel? I'm hungry. What do you mean cancel? That was like my one bad experience of me. I was like, you know what?
Making me
I
mad.
I ain't gonna leave
don't
no
really be
tip.
feeling
So
too
now
bad
she
about
just
it.
took my food.
It'd be inconvenient because you'd be hungry. But I like DoorDash always done me good when that should be happening. DoorDash be like, yeah, well, you know what I'm saying, they'll refund you the money or give you the credit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? DoorDash usually good about that. You know what I'm saying?
I heard they were
It is
stopping the
fuck them
refunds
niggas.
for a minute though.
Cause niggas was scamming them niggas.
Did you see that
Niggas was
DoorDash
scamming.
scam that niggas was doing? Oh
Oh
my
yeah,
god.
it was
Niggas
crazy. I
was
heard niggas
spending
accounts
racks
was
at the liquor
getting
store. Niggas was
putting
Oh
spending
in
racks
negative
at
like
the liquor
crazy.
store, bro.
yeah, no. What's it called? DoorDash got they lick back. DoorDash said, yeah,
Yeah,
we not
they
about
definitely got
to,
their lick
y'all
back.
not about to just bounce on that, and took all that shit from their account.
Yeah, niggas cash apps is in debt $2,000. Like,
I'm saying,
God.
niggas couldn't do that after niggas
DoorDash
was
niggas
banned
gotta
off
understand,
DoorDash.
bro.
Like, sheesh.
They gotta take it up with their higher ups, bro. I'm not jacking you. They already upcharged the food. Then you niggas want to attack on
That
like
is
three
true.
different surcharges. And
Hell
then
yeah.
you want a tip? Nah, bro. Like
You know what? One thing I
it's
can say though,
good.
And my shit cold.
speaking on that
And my
situation,
shit
bro.
cool.
Shout out. I'm not gonna say no names, but shout out to my peoples, bro. They used a prepaid
Hey, bro.
Visa debit card,
Oh,
a
never mind.
blank one, and was
I thought you was giving up
everybody.
that sauce.
No, everybody else. So like, you know how everybody else account got charged because they had like actual bank cards linked to the DoorDash. So because they had a prepaid Visa,
It's tough.
there's nothing to go
Listen,
back
let
to.
me
They
go.
can't take money from.
Let me give out a dab of little real sauce right here from. If you know the right nigga, man, and he send you that Discord link, just go ahead join that. Go ahead join that. You feel me? Hey, bro, I'm not finna get caught up in no whatever.
You can't say too much.
I'm in there. I can't say too much. I'm in there though. I can't say too much. But
get up in there. Say what's up to Rome, man. Say what's up to Rome. You step up in there, man.
Bro.
Let me ask you a question, Lee. Let me ask you a question. Do I know the right nigga?
You feel me? Let me see.
I
gotta see if you know the right nigga. I gotta see if you know the right nigga real quick. I gotta see
Do
if
I
you
know the right nigga?
That is a fair question indeed.
while he's getting that though, Quinn, to run that back, I definitely think yes, it definitely is different as far as the cheating thing, because I've definitely seen movies that definitely tell you see in movies all the time, it's always some vindictive type of style, like I'm gonna do this, I'm fucking his brother now, his cousin, his best friend, his dad,
emotional.
like what?
Like,
Yeah, it isn't. No,
wow.
it's so evil, like it's.
Yeah, calm
Like, and it's
down.
done in the worst way. Like
Oh,
it's doing things that you've never seen before. Like it's like it's crazy. It's
Hey,
crazy.
that's a fair point. And
Yeah.
then I want to end this off with a final question. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh,
we
you can
all
go to
spoke
right
about the fact that this right here, things seem to be, you know what I'm saying, a little tilted, a little, you know what I'm saying,
I think I know the
topsy-turvy
right
right
nigga.
now. Whew. In this dating war zone, quote unquote, at it's seemingly entering, who do you think gets over on the other gender more, men or women? And to
definitely.
explain, they just
Oh.
get what they want out of the situation, even
No
at the expense
contest.
of the
Boy, I
other.
don't even know why you asked this
No
question.
Yeah,
Wait,
contest.
that
wait,
answer is
Oh,
it's such an
is
easy
that easy?
question though.
wait a minute.
It's
Not even a
teed up.
question. No
All right, well, let's go
contest.
ahead and throw the lob up. Here
Because
you
I feel
go.
like we all got the same answer.
It's no contest, bro. It's not even a question. The
Women.
percentage isn't even close. Yes, bro. The percentage isn't even close.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's women, yo.
Percentage isn't even
Nigga like
close.
me.
Bro.
My girl,
Women have
everything she
been getting
want.
over.
Cause
Women have been
I
going for
go see.
years.
Decades, possibly.
Yeah, like they, bro, they actually have niggas, bro. I have homegirls that got niggas saved in their phones as free meal, like, you know what I'm saying? They got niggas saved under Ruth Chris, you know what I'm saying? Like just all types of shit, like that's like a real
Yeah.
thing, like
That
What was your
very
nickname?
real.
no intentions of
What was your nickname?
third
Stop
leg,
quick.
Oh my.
third leg,
Oh my God.
yeah.
What?
You know how
Third
Bro.
you know how
leg,
JUJU get
bro.
down.
Okay, that got uncomfortable. Thanks.
Well,
Third
you
leg,
asked, you
bro.
asked.
Alrighty. Well, I was gonna say a
Mine was Brother Rock.
non-financial way that they be getting over on niggas. Wow.
Brother Rock. That's what
Uh,
mine was.
Brother Rock.
Yeah,
Oh, that just okay.
nigga be
Well,
rocked.
oh.
Nigga explained it.
Come on,
We
bro.
got it, nigga. We good, my nigga. We got it, bro. Nigga explained it.
I had to get the Websters for y'all, yeah, just in case.
What the?
Nigga said, nigga, Brother Rock looked at everybody.
Okay, bro.
I'll be rocked up. Come on, bro.
Yeah. Hey man.
Hey, bro. You know what's funny? Well, it's actually kind of random, but I've been seeing like a lot on Twitter of like these I guess like women really be thinking that like in male groups there's like an actual leader. That's like the funniest shit I've been seeing on Twitter, bro. Like just some of the shit.
in some there is. Nigga, you don't
Yeah,
think
there definitely is.
I've never seen that, like a legit leader, like
That's because
nigga
that was you,
saying
nigga.
Not
It was you.
it
It was
was,
you.
right. You
yeah,
probably
It was
right.
that
you.
one, and then
Right.
There's
two,
nothing to see.
Right.
that, and then two. I was not like a movie type shit, like where the nigga like go get him, like
That's the way they were saying it.
Nothing
Like
that.
that's the way.
Not nothing like that, but like
Nigga said, "Come on,
but like
boys."
the most, yeah, nothing like that, but like a very outgoing, the most
Oh.
outgoing, the most talkative, the one who's usually setting up the plan, one who's got the moves.
The
Even if
wing,
he's
yeah,
not
it's
setting up the
usually the
plan, one who's got
wingman.
the
Usually,
moves.
everybody's wingman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think that I can. Matter of fact, I would actually say that I would delegate
Not
that.
all groups, though. I will say
Probably,
that. Not all groups, but yeah, a
yeah,
lot of
I'd
them.
probably delegate that to the wingman. I think whoever the wingman is probably that nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's the one with the silver tongue, as Lee would have.
You feel me?
Yeah. No. I'm not saying that you have one. I'm saying
the one
in
that
this
gets
scenario.
you had to. I mean, okay, like damn, nigga, I ain't say you did. Yeah, the one that gets things going, man. That's all it is. The one that takes initiative, gets the shit. You know what I'm saying, moving, gets the party started. That nigga.
Is you that nigga?
Was I that nigga? Yeah. What
That was
you
you.
talking about? Yes, nigga, I'm the nigga with the moves. You heard Justin tell y'all the story. Listen, I didn't talk about it much because I know it's a touchy side. He told y'all the story when that nigga had to follow me to the party, bro. He had to follow me around. He had to follow me around the shit because I knew where I was going.
They got the moves, he said. And I just thought back to that another way that niggas be gotten over on. We talked about this a little earlier, not in the episode, but just in general. I'm shocked at the amount of men that are unknowingly raising somebody else's child. That shit's nuts to me. That's completely nuts. And the fact of the matter is, speaking one last thing, and this is a TikTok reference before I close this out here. There's a TikTok reference to that situation. Where like not a father unknowingly raising somebody else's child, but the woman posted a TikTok and said the due date was actually pushed out by 2 weeks. That now changes the father.
Yeah. Wow.
That's actually crazy. Damn. Yo, she put she was in them guys 2 weeks before you dummy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
or after you. That's actually crazy. Well, before you. That's crazy.
Nigga, the due date changed. She said, "Oh, you might not actually be the father. Hold on."
At least you had the wherewithal to tell the nigga, bro. 3 out of 10.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, 10 niggas right now. I know everybody here knows 10 niggas, bro. You line 10 niggas up. 3 of them will have children that aren't there. They will raise children that aren't theirs, bro. That's a crazy statistic. Now, keep in mind, we've made legislation. We've made legal. You know what I'm saying? Switch up, change up, whatever you want to call them, for way lower percentages than that. At 1.7, 0.3, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So in the majority of the argument against it that I've seen, I haven't heard a valid argument against, you know what I'm saying, mandatory
paternity test.
Most of them are based in emotion. It's always like, you don't trust me or some bullshit like that. So I don't get it. I don't get why that's not a thing, bro. 30% is wild to me. I mean,
that's a large number.
If anything, I feel they should probably just do it like, honestly, it probably should just implement it into like the whole giving birth process, like just right after, you know what I'm saying? Like just
well, here's what I'm saying. Honestly, it make it I feel like as a woman, I feel like to be so immovable is such a, I mean, it's a red flag in my opinion. But to be that's so toxic, bro. If you like, you got to give up something, bro. If you're not gonna give a nigga a prenup, give a nigga a paternity test. If you're not gonna give a nigga a paternity test, give a nigga a prenup. Give something, bro. It's just becoming so bad for niggas, bro.
Do you not think that's offensive though, to ask the woman for a paternity test after just giving birth?
Offensive?
I'm just saying. Look at her. I'm just saying as an honest woman who.
Question? No.
I'm just saying no. Hear me out. As an honest woman who's been down with you and has actually been holding shit down, even if I'm just saying, even if y'all had a rocky past,
you don't think 30% warrants if you're riding down a road, right? You're riding down I-95 and somebody tells you this 2-mile stretch of I-95 has a 30% higher percentage of wrecks and shit like that, and there's a detour around it. Are you not going to take the detour every time you get there? Or are you just going to walk through it and take your 30% high rate of accident? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we're comparing a death casualty to.
I'm comparing the same.
You're just using. But I'm saying you can't use that statistic number and compare it to that though. Because I'm saying like that's kind of disrespectful to ask at the same time.
That's an emotionally based rebuttal.
I understand that, but I'm saying like if that's a woman, that's the woman you with. She been holding you down. You don't think she would get offended?
That is fine.
I'm just saying.
I feel like with the right relationship with the right partner, that strengthens you. That doesn't break trust. That strengthens trust. Oh, you did hold it down. That all depends on your perspective on it.
I feel like that shows a sign of weakness, as if you don't trust me as your partner to have been holding it down, like knowing like
and that's you. And there are partners that'll have that and take that, and it'll strengthen their relationship. I'm saying that's all a matter of how you're looking at it. That's not that's a subjective thing.
Two-sided, like
definitely specific to the individual and the couple. I would say that because I personally probably have seen more of those situations, and honestly, because we have this shit like Maury, and Steve, Steve Rocco's and shit like that. So I would say, I've seen it in the worst way rather than it strengthens the relationship and shit like that. But yeah, it's definitely specific to the person. But I mean, I can see how that could be very offensive if you actually were honest the whole entire time and there was no indication, of like, I ever felt like me personally, like if it was my girl and she was like, I was like, hey, I want to get a paternity test. 'Cause I just don't feel like, it may not be mine. But I never gave any indication ever prior to that I felt like I didn't trust you or anything like that. It probably could be a shock. Like, what
it's
the
a
fuck?
breach of trust to cover yourself. It's a breach of trust.
I was actually going to say y'all are taking the woman's feelings into consideration very heavily with that. But damn, a nigga can't have anxiety. Like that, nigga can't just be.
Hear me out.
What about your feelings?
Hear me out.
Bro?
I'm saying that because as a man making that decision, whether it's you asking for the prenup or you asking for
you think it's offensive to ask for a prenup?
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm just saying either way it goes in both situations. As a man, you're already mentally going into it without even knowing that you have doubts. Regardless of you saying like, okay, I'm looking at it as like a backup plan or like a safety net for myself. At the end of the day, it's still like a backup plan for yourself. It's just the way. It's the way you probably telling yourself.
Why do you go get a STD? Why do you go get checked for STDs and stuff like that? Why do you go get HIV?
To check and make sure that you're fine.
To just check after yourself, right? Why would you not get a paternity test to check after yourself? 30% is a big fucking chance. Like that's almost 1 in 3. You have a 1/3 chance of this happening to you. And then to say a prenup is offensive is crazy because 50% of marriages end in divorce.
I mean, that's true. That's true. But I'm saying
a quarter chance of
I'm saying at the end of the day, that still can look at it. If I'm going into a relationship and I'm saying like I want to get a prenup, okay, I understand that's also, like I said, the safety net. But some people still would get like I said, some women, some men even, you know what I'm saying? If it's the woman and she got a higher bag than the man, some niggas could even get offended if that's their situation, saying like, oh, well, you feel like maybe our relationship won't work out. Like some people will get offended by that. I'm just saying that's just how some people see it. Not everybody is just gonna be like, okay, I see you looking out for yourself or looking out for your brand or whatever the situation is. But some people will get offended.
Some people definitely, yeah, you're right. Some people definitely will see it.
I can see it as a defensive question, especially if they haven't done anything. I'm still asking though. And that's the mandatory thing. Even if it's not legally, it's mandatory for me. Because I definitely think a lot. And I want no. Let me ask y'all this though.
What y'all think girls be doing like behind y'all? Like y'all really think y'all girls be doing?
Bro, hold up, bro. I can have 100% trust in the world in my girl, and wonder about shit like that. That's not a thing. It's like a.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
it's just like y'all make that 30% chance a lot.
Well, what I'm saying is,
listen, you have two roads. You had an impasse. You had a fork in the fucking road. You can go left, you can go right. You go left, you take her at her fucking word. You take her at you know what I'm saying, face value. You know what I'm saying, trust her, love her, whatever. You found out 20 years ago you was a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? Or you get it done and you save 20 years worth of time, bro. It's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, it's a very quick solution.
The risk is way too high. The risk is way too high.
I'm saying, you don't think that you might have like you might have got to a point where you suspected that before?
Because you're gonna go
like the
like that.
Yeah, before the baby comes.
Bro, that getting that test done would be as simple as going for a fucking checkup or something. It wouldn't even have anything to do with her. More, it's just like, okay, let me get this done real quick. You know what I'm saying? It's not even a her thing. It's just like a checking after yourself thing.
No, I got it. So what I'm saying is, you don't think that you would get to like you ever have a point or feel like, oh, I 100% actually like no, like this shit is actually mine. Like I know there's no way. You don't think you would ever get to a point like that?
I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that about anything until I actually have like proof, and that goes for everything. I'm 98% on everything.
You ask me that as much faith in my girls I have in God, bro, and I'm good.
I did not say that. I didn't say I had faith in God. You have faith in God.
Like, I mean, that's what you're saying.
No. I was just asking because, like I said, I think there's probably a lot of people. The reason why I'm saying this is because there's probably a lot of people that probably suspect that before it gets to be just some. I'm just gonna do this anyways. So they probably like suspect it, and that's why a lot of paternity tests come is because like a lot of people are just like suspecting like, oh, like my significant other is cheating on me because I see these type of patterns or something like that. So I'm saying if you feel like you really feel like there's no there's nothing absolutely whatsoever, and you know it might damage our relationship, you would still do it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in a relationship and it won't, no, because she's
Well,
cool
not
with it.
you.
Oh
I
no,
mean,
I'm
it can't
saying
be
like,
you.
oh no,
Relationship,
I'm
though.
saying like
Yeah.
period. Oh, well, I'm saying period.
But you already established that. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Oh,
That's already been established.
That's
It
already
would be
That's already been
established.
established.
that's already the functions of your
It would be
relationship.
established, bro. I can't imagine that you
yeah,
date
that's what
like
I'm
you.
saying.
I can
There's
imagine
probably a lot of people out there that don't
with a girl.
establish that though.
If you're with a girl long, if you're someone
I was
like me
speaking from the
that feels
perspective
the
of
way I feel on
establishing it.
this, yeah. If you're someone like me that feels the way, or Quinn that feels the way that we do on this, I doubt that you're gonna, you know what I'm saying, be with a girl long enough to get married to them, and this isn't going to be like an established point. Like you're not going to hit them upside the head with it, like when y'all have the baby.
I think,
But,
I think that we may have been talking from two different vantage points because what Lee just said was exactly it. I wouldn't go 20, 10, 5 years, and then she's pregnant 8 months in, and I'm like, hey, would you mind getting a paternity test? And this is the first time I've ever brought that up. I wouldn't do that. I was speaking from the point where Lee was just saying I
So
wouldn't
y'all have
make that
already
known.
established this and
Yes.
talked. So you've already found your person that has the same mindset.
No, this is for every person. If you
I'm
want to
just
be with
saying.
me,
I'm
you
just
have to
saying.
get a paternity
I'm just
test.
saying in that aspect of how you're explaining for how you both think. At that point in time, when you've asked that question, you've already found pretty much your partner that has the same like thought process that you do to even ask a question like that. That's what I'm saying, because you can't just ask that to every everybody in every situation.
Well,
that's damn near.
I mean,
that's what
that might be just weird. Like you just asking that.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. But like,
regardless of you,
they
that's
just
what
be
I'm
like,
saying.
One at a time.
Yeah,
what were you
that's
saying?
what I'm saying. Regardless of you saying, I'm not finna ask that 8 months in, or I'm not finna ask that 2 months before we get married, or as soon as we got engaged. I'm not asking you about saying you ask that question at that very moment. Regardless of when you bring up that question, regardless of its fraternity or like a prenup, it's gonna seem offensive regardless of when you ask that question. That's all I'm saying. It can be perceived that way, regardless of if you think you found that person or not. You don't even know if that's your person or if they think the same way you do up until you ask that question. And 9 times out of 10, people would get offended by that question. Both questions.
It depends on the person for sure. Like I said,
that's what
they do studies like this, and I've seen videos. Now this is just anecdotal evidence. People just walking around, but I've seen videos where they walk around campus, and women are very much aware of the things that we're talking about and the plights that these things hold to men, especially like the fathering someone else's child thing. Like I feel like women are understanding to a degree of men, especially nowadays, but women are understanding to a degree of what the men's thought process on these type of things. It might still offend them, but I don't think it's like I don't think it's like such a wide thing. I think you can find a girl that'll be okay with that.
Also, as well, what Lee said too, I think that it's offensive, but like that's more like he said, that's an emotional thing, and that'll pass. As opposed, it's not like I'm putting you through the ringer. It's not like I'm asking you to go spend 2 days out in the wilderness and fast, and then come back with some food and prove to me that you're a good provider. Like, nah, just go ahead, get a little checkup, be like 15 minutes or something like that.
Not even they don't even have to be there. You know how easy it is. You know how easy it is. Hold up, do you really know how easy it is to get a paternity test? Like all this emotional argument stuff like that. It's literally
it's like
a mouth
well,
swab.
and then boom, I have security
a mouth
for the next
swab
20
can
years.
save you 20 years.
I was gonna say I have security, and so do you.
That's not 30%, bro.
Yeah,
I'm just saying for me when I even for my process, because obviously I just had my own son. Never at one point in time did I think I was in that 30 percentile, because I never questioned the fact that my woman would cheat on me, because I know at the end of the day I got a loyal ass woman that's gonna hold me down. So I'm not finna correlate no statistics or all that other stupid shit that's like that can be perceived as common women cheating. I'm just not gonna. I don't correlate what people can say to my relationship, because their relationships have nothing to do with my relationship. So I'm not going to correlate statistics or like stories that's happened to other people to mine, because our situations are different.
When you feel like when you really feel like you hold, No, go ahead. Yeah.
One. So for me, knowing you, I like knowing you, bro, as much as I know you right now, bro. If that were to happen to you, bro, if you found out somewhere around your child's 12th birthday, it's like, okay, it's not yours, bro, you would go to fucking jail.
Oh yeah,
you would go to fucking prison. And what could have saved you going to prison is a fucking mouth swab. You have a 1/3 chance of this happening to you right now. Like this could happen to you still in life because you didn't get it done.
I would lose my shit now.
It's crazy.
I would lose my shit now.
Cause you know good and well, I could pull up 10 niggas right now, and I probably wouldn't like. I could probably say that shit's not happening to 10. Bruh, nah. I was gonna say I could pull up 10 niggas and have 10 niggas that are not stepfathers, like actual fathers. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's just a crazy thing.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like I like to say that. Oh yeah, I could take 10 niggas right here, and then one out of I'm sorry, 3 out of y'all 10 niggas is gonna be I just
Well, stuff like that.
That's a statistics thing. It's just it's like it's a
but that's what I'm saying.
It's a grand scale kind of thing, not a neighborhood thing. Like if you pick 10 niggas, they probably do father their.
I can't live my life by statistics, like, and I just can't be thinking about that, especially if I know good in my mind, like Juan said, like I know good in my mind, my woman is down. I know there's nothing going on. It's just like I don't even want it in my mind just second guess. But that's just me personally. Now I wish it's crazy that we live in a world that this has to be a thought, because it's too much of that shit going around. So that's why everybody live like you're in a point.
You don't think it wise to take fact back patterns into account when you know what I'm saying, your decision making process?
I feel that's like telling me the best decision, finding the best woman before that even came into play, though.
Well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, you don't think it's smart to take fact back patterns into account when you're in your decision making process.
I think you can establish a lot. I think you can establish a lot more like loyalty and trust earlier to replace that. That's just me personally. Like I said, I think you can establish like, hey, we're not doing none of that. It's not no cheating on each other, or if it is going to be something like that, we're coming and telling each other like we're breaking. It's like I think you should establish that first. Like
that's my personal stance on that. You should say that out the gate. Same thing with personally, I think that there are 3 things that should be spoken about before you get like dead serious with anybody. 1, what you would do if they get pregnant. 2, the paternity thing. And then 3, your ideal family life moving forward and what roles that you guys will be playing within your families and how these things would work out. If those 3 things aren't set up before you get into a real deal serious, I'm not talking about y'all feeling each other out, but I'm talking like, damn, this shit about to be for real type relationship. I think that you're setting yourself up for failure in the future, because those are 3 very important things that are very likely to happen in a long-term relationship. And those 3 things are very key for you guys to last much longer. You don't want to be with a girl, she gets pregnant, and you're like, oh, nah. And then she's like, yeah.
What do we do now?
No, you're like, oh, nah, I'm good on that. And she's like, no, I'm not. We going to do this.
Yeah. But
now it's like, fuck.
Like you're human.
And you could have knew that. You could have knew that way
human,
before that
your
happened.
Your partner is also human, bro. Y'all are both human. So as much as you talking about just saying talking and setting shit like that, well, that I'm not going to discredit that. That's all. That definitely have those conversations. Definitely set those boundaries. Definitely do all of that. But I'm saying that doesn't make those things infallible. That doesn't mean they can't be broken, or you know what I'm saying, things can happen.
But what ends up happening then is that it's now they did you either wrong, or you can officially say you're switching up on me, as opposed to, damn, this is out of the complete blue. I was not expecting this from you.
You would never know that they switched up on you if you wait 15 years down the line to find out that's not your kid.
Wait, we're talking about the wrong thing here right now. I think. Wait, what? I'm talking about setting up the paternity thing early. You wouldn't be waiting 15 years to find out if that's your kid.
Well, they wouldn't have. That's one pertaining to you. They wouldn't have the paternity test. I'm talking.
No, I'm saying those are the 3 things that I said. We're talking about those 3 things that I was talking about. Those are the 3 things I think that you should talk about before you guys get dead serious, like real deal for real. Because those are 3 very important. If I'm not mistaken,
I feel Javen said before this to have that conversation with your female. I think that's how we got here.
Yeah. What I'm saying is
that's what I'm saying. So to have that conversation,
I think you're also I think you're more aware of what's going on around you too. because you having those conversations gives you that basis. So now you're looking for that loyalty, like, and there's gonna be things and affirmation that's supposed to be have done within the relationship to kind of complete those things. And once those type of things start, especially even in a relationship for a long time, once those things kind of start dropping off, you probably start to realize and think like, hold on now, you know what I'm saying? Or because I guess especially if you're living together, I really don't. That shit is for people that are really busy. Like really, if you both have really busy lives, that's probably the only way you probably would miss out on your significant other cheating on you or some shit like that. But if we're talking about the average, like regular day, like you going like 9 to 5, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Especially nowadays where we have shit when people actually sharing their locations and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that's actually a lot of people do that shit in relationships. Like I'll share location or just text like, hey, this is where I'm at, blah blah blah, whatever. Especially we have Instagram, Snapchat, all that shit. Like it just, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like there's a lot more room for you to suspect before it even gets to that point. You know what I mean? If you are somebody that you probably deserved that at that point, if you get 20 years down the line and you never once thought, damn, like this nigga, especially you 20 years down the line, like this nigga don't look like me, like he don't look like me.
Bro,
But you for
that's
20
crazy.
years,
there's been many
I'm just
men
saying.
thinking in the same
And them,
exact
but
line
those
of
are
thinking you
dumb
are that this
people.
has happened to. And I'm saying what you're saying, you calling them dumb it's like it's the same pattern of thinking that I like into like a kid that doesn't think they can be hurt or killed. You know what I'm saying? They just do shit because this wouldn't happen to me. I feel like that's a like this wouldn't happen to me mindset. And I'm not gonna like I'm just saying it's good to be conscious and knowledgeable of these things because these things can happen to you. You know what I'm saying? No one is like
it's all these niggas
you're
is
not
dumb until your child's
you're the dumb
15 and
nigga.
light
You're
skinned,
the dumb
till your
nigga, bro.
child's 15 and light skinned
Because
white,
there's a
and
difference
it's like,
between, but like
well,
when you're done by oblivion, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole different thing. Because now you're just like you
question
was a
for you,
dumb nigga
Javen.
because
I got a question for you because I don't think it's that. The reason I say I don't think it's that is because she's already given birth at that point, and exactly what Juan said, that they'll find it offensive. If let's just take it for instance, we can even take your girl out of the situation, just say some random couple here. The child comes out not looking like the father at all. Should he still ask or not? Or should he still not ask? Nah, and I'm not talking. Let me rephrase that. Hang on. Let me rephrase that. Actually, not the child doesn't look like him at all. The child just doesn't really look like him. It's not like it's a white child and he's an African man, but like, you know what I'm saying? They look comparable, but he's still like, I don't really see too many of my features. Like, where my ear, where my nose, where my what? Should he ask or no? Because it's offensive.
I still give it some
No.
time, but I let the baby features at least come in. Wait till the baby, like babies, they don't
I
even
give
got their
it.
own
Hang
damn
on. That right
face.
there, Juan, is how they get trapped because now the emotional connection's been formed. It's too late at that point. Now, what you mean who? You're telling me if you found out your child was 3 and not yours, you just like, all right, man, won't catch you.
Oh, nah.
Exactly.
Well,
You already in there now. That's what I'm saying. And that's the 20 years, and that's how you end up to 30%. That's exactly how you end up to 30%. Oh, he
You know
don't really
what?
look like
You
me,
know
but
what?
That's on that 1% that wouldn't give a fuck. Because if
I'ma
that
look
was
like
me
him.
You
and
know
then
what?
you
I
nigga
can
was 3,
definitely,
I would bounce. I'm sorry.
I can definitely say I think this is just one conversation where it's just gonna be two sides because
Yeah.
as many reasons as y'all can come up with, I can come up with for like
Give the
my
same
reason. So it's
reasons.
like it's just gonna forever be two different thought processes, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it just is what it is.
The
The
Honestly.
only
moral
thing I
dilemma
feel
is
about
always
it
going to be
is
the
because
divide.
I feel that the side I'm like I said, if and I had this conversation earlier today, I feel like if that side was backed with any type of, you know what I'm saying, statistical acknowledgement of the saying that any argument they could have, I could jack it any more than I do. But literally all I hear is like all emotion based, how they feel this way. It could do like that's not enough.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
And that's why it's going to be two sides, like you said, because
That's
I
why it's
mean,
gonna be two sides.
essentially what you just said, I understand that, and exactly what Lee said. I mean, well, not even exactly what he said. I'll just simply say I don't feel bad for protecting myself in whatever ways I feel as though I need to protect myself.
If the role was reversed and you were accused of something, like just he was accused of something of equal value.
I was trying to think.
No. I just want to even. I just really feel like
I couldn't think of an example.
I guess you could say like cheating or something like that. But I mean, that's not. Some people just don't really care. But if you accuse of something of
give
equal
me
value,
something with a 30% chance of it happening to a female that I'm capable of, and I like if they accuse me of it, I'd understand.
You say you'd understand.
Like if there's a statistic
I'd be
that
cool
said
with a test.
that said 30% of strangers left with your child molest your child, and I was with a stranger's child, and they came back and they were like, hey, you know what I'm saying, and they were suspicious of me, I would be understanding of that. 30% is a big fucking percentage.
So
hell, even though
wait, what was the statistic?
I got you,
30% of
like 30% males.
Javen, I got you. I got you. As a matter of fact, I got you. I can give you a comparable thing. She gets pregnant and she's like, I'm not going to have this child unless you marry me. Because that's a commitment. That's a commitment. That's a commitment right there. That's a life. That's a long. There's a lot on the line for that. And if she were to ask me that, I'm not going to have this child unless you marry me. And if this is the woman that I wanted to be with, no, I would not be offended. No, I wouldn't be offended. No,
you wouldn't be mad.
No, you would be mad
if that was never. If that wasn't, no, I'm saying if that was never talked about, and it was like, I'm literally putting this on the table, like, oh, like
it just sprung up on
now. You're just like, you have to marry me, or we're not having the kids, like at all. Like I'm just gonna get I'm gonna get an abortion or something like that. I probably would be upset.
Well, the offense, no, I wouldn't be offended. I would just be like, all right, well, I'll make my choice here then, and do what I got.
Not even like you have to marry me, right? Like you like we got to get married. You know what I'm saying?
Well, quick, is it married right now, or I'll
answer this. You don't have to do the wedding and all that, but you have to get married before the child is born.
Okay.
So you have 9 months to get married. You don't have to do the wedding and all that, but you at least got to get married.
And this was something that was pre-play. We talked about this before.
Well, y'all are in hang on. You're in a very serious situation. She never sprung that up on you, this particular thing, but this is a woman that you're considering marrying already. This is not some random ass girlfriend. This is a person you're already considering being with. Your current partner pulls up on you with some shit like that.
Did you ask the question, was this established when your relationship happened? This wasn't established?
No. Question. Sure. Let's say no.
So then I would be upset. I would be upset because now you're giving me an ultimate. Yeah, because the same. Because you give me ultimatum.
You don't understand that girl's.
It's not even. That, bro. Huh? But hold on now, because it's like. I didn't know this was going to happen. Because if I'm
flabbergasted right now.
Because if I'm sitting here thinking like all this time, I'm thinking we've been together for what, 3 years, and now I'm thinking all this time like no matter what, we can start a family. But now you tell me out of the blue we have to do this to go ahead and start a family. I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you no. I'm saying I would be upset. I'm not saying I'm like we're not fucking doing this. No, but I'm gonna be upset. Like, why would you just bring that up like right now, out of the blue?
Out of all possible times, all times we could have had this conversation.
Yeah, it's just like you choose now. That's what I'm saying.
That's exactly what I'm talking about when I'm saying, regardless of when you ask that question, it can be offensive. Just for like
that's what I'm saying. The flip side,
yeah, that's the flip side. I think that's the only thing to kind of make it slightly comparable.
Yeah, I guess it's just
the timing.
It's a different viewpoint because I just flat out don't see either of those disrespectful or
out of
offensive.
About 11 million single parent families with children under the age 18, nearly 8. Oh no, that's the bad statistic.
We're not going by statistics.
I was just gonna say. I don't think because I'm not. I don't think the paternity.
I'm not trying to bring science. I'm just saying I'm not trying to bring science and numbers into real. I'm not trying to bring it into just human like day-to-day shit. Like these are people's personal. You know what I'm saying? Feelings involved. I'm not bringing numbers into people's emotions based off of decisions they're about to make for their future. I'm just not about to take some numbers and apply it to my life or my way of thinking and saying like, okay, I can see how some people might think that's okay. I can see how people might think that way, but I'm just gonna think my way about it.
20%.
For me, I feel like that'd be disrespectful.
Around 20%. So that girl has a 1/5 chance of you leaving her for dry with a kid. You don't think she's right to check herself?
They're wrong.
A 1 in 5 chance.
You give me but I'm just
that's what I'm saying. Like you now you saying
just hear how that question is presented to you. The only way
What's
we
the
can.
alternative?
I'm just saying
You
the
fucking
only
leave and she's
look. The only way.
and
The
her.
only way. I'm just saying.
What the
He just said
fuck?
the only way we're gonna have this child is if you marry me. That's not an ultimatum. That's a dead ass
What is
ultimatum.
an ultimatum weighed against her life?
I'm just saying, if you're someone who's not focusing, I'm just saying this is
If you,
somebody
bro,
just like
if you
Javen
as a
said, just like
man,
Javen
bro,
said, hold up,
if
just like Javen
we
said, if
never
this is
had that
somebody
conversation.
you already want to marry, you know this is your person, regardless of y'all saying y'all wanted to be married or not.
What?
That's still a spring of a question to say we can only have this child unless we get married, even though you wanted to marry her.
If there was
the
a
emotion
plan.
you feel
I'm
just
just
because she
saying.
sprung a
I'm
question
just
on
saying.
you,
Just
you're
because.
willing.
Just because.
You're
Look.
willing
Just
to.
because y'all had a child at that time, both that doesn't mean both of y'all are ready for marriage at that time, or you precisely want to be married at that time.
You're
It's
willing
just
to
a
place her
difference.
life as collateral because you felt some type of way because
It's
she
not.
sprung a question on you.
It's not placing her life as
It's
collateral.
placing her life as collateral, bro. Her life is irreparably fucking changed.
I'm really shocked. I thought, wow,
by
I thought
that.
niggas had a little bit more empathy than that.
By
That's
an
crazy.
abortion.
No, by having a kid. If she has the kid and you leave her, her life is changed forever. Options are cut off for her.
Yo, but you're speaking,
That's
now
so like
because you first of all, what if she leaves me? Like, it's not whatever. It's not even like not even like both. No, I'm just saying, like, you're talking about
in a
okay, if I
situation where
leave
she
her,
wants to marry you, she wants to check after herself.
but you're talking about from situation like okay, yeah, I'm about to be that 1 in 5
Keep in
nigga
mind,
that leaves.
we're relating this hypothetical back to the question of
I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? What we were talking about.
I'm just saying, okay. I'm just saying, all right. But here's an statistic for
I
that.
just don't feel
50%
like
of marriages get ended divorce anyways.
Yeah. So you don't think it's
So
right?
wait.
So
That's what I'm just saying.
Be
Like,
right to check after yourself in that too.
But Javen, she wins in that. That's the thing. She's taken care of in that. It's not like both sides just go and that's that.
I'm
no, there's ways around that.
I don't think that's a fair question to say. To just say the only way we can have this child is if we get married.
I'm just saying.
That's an ultimatum. I don't think that's just checking on yourself. That's an ultimatum.
I just feel like that's a crazy
forcing
question
someone into a position.
That's a crazy question to ask after there was already a plan put in place,
regardless of they want to get married or not.
Like, yeah, if you was like, okay, it's like, okay, we're gonna have this baby. That's like the plan, and then the plan was okay. In the next 3 years, we're gonna get married. But then now, as like we find out you're pregnant, and now it's like, okay, you got to marry me in 9 months, or we're not having this kid. I just think that's a crazy question to ask right at that time.
Hang on. I think there might have been a misunderstanding. There might have been you're not going to get married at the end of the 3 years. That was just saying this is that serious of a girlfriend. There is no timeline on the wedding. I don't know where that came from, or maybe I misspoke and you misunderstood.
Because those are the things that you talked about.
Well, no, I was saying this is somebody that you would like to marry. I'm not saying you've already like. Oh,
this situation posed by your significant other doesn't have to be met with emotion. You can as easily meet this without being offended, as you would get offended. I don't see a reason to be offended. I don't see a reason to be offended by that. Is what I'm saying. Y'all are talking about y'all would be offended. Y'all would like that's crazy.
I said I would be upset.
You'd be emotional. Upset. You would feel some type of way.
I'd be upset because
I would be offended.
I just be upset because I feel like damn, you shouldn't have to give me an ultimatum. That's just what I feel like. You shouldn't have to give me an ultimatum. If we're already it's already in the plan that I want to marry you, like you're already somebody that I want to marry, you want to marry me. I just feel like damn, you shouldn't have to give me an ultimatum now.
I already want to marry you as it is. Like, why do you ask? Why would you ask me that? If I want to, we both know we want to be together. We want to be married. You know what I'm saying? Without a doubt,
you can as easily
that love was. I'm just saying that love was there before a child.
Without getting upset over something that's that's a rational thought process for her to have. I don't think it's right to be upset with her, or you know what I'm saying, or offended by that. I don't think that's correct. I don't think that's correct.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, like everybody says, it's always dependent upon the person in the relationship and like what you set. Because if you like kind of set the president, like you kind of set the precedent of like, okay, it has to be this, that, and the third. Like when then you know what to expect. But if you're in a situation like me and Juan talking about, where it's like you've already established, like, okay, it's gonna be like this, that, and the third, this type of loyalty, this type of trust, or this type of longevity in the situation or whatever. and then it sprung up out of nowhere. Then it's like, oh shit, like what the fuck? Where did this come from? So
Well,
depends on the person.
that goes back to what I said about the both parties being human, bro. Things change, people change, and promises get broken.
Yeah, that definitely does happen.
Your word isn't good enough collateral for her. You know what I'm saying?
It definitely does happen, and you do gotta take into effect of
That's
human error at the end of the day.
Just like I don't want to father a child that possibly might not be mine. She doesn't want to become a single mother. Both things are possible. So always just want to cover your bases. That's my viewpoint. But hey, nonetheless.
Let bitches get money, man.
Shout out to the people listening. Shout out to the Inside Wolves crew. We out here providing good conversations, not only for ourselves, but also for you guys at home. Thank you all for tuning in for a little bit of fun, a little bit of entertainment, and a little bit of enlightenment. Inside Wolves Geeked Up Podcast, we are out.
Yes, sir. For more Inside Wolf content, make sure to subscribe and make sure to hit that link tree in our bio to bring you to all our platforms. Let's get it.